You're listening to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network.
Talk to me, talk to me. I love that song by Olivia Dean. Even if you ain't got a man, she makes you think that you're going to get one. Talk to me, be the man. Shout out to Olivia Dean. I love that song. I've been love that song. Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. Hello. Hey, Nia. Yes, we're live. But don't get me started when y'all keep asking about, is this pre-recorded? Is this pre-recorded? You see what time I'm doing this, right? Because I almost pre-recorded this so it would come out on time. But then I was just like, I need to stop putting pressure on myself for y'all. I had things to do. I had to go to Staten Island, check the P.O. box. Angel, I know you're in the chat. Angel, I think they didn't give me your ornament because I had so many slips, because I think other people sent stuff too. So they gave me these different slips, and then there was another paper slip, and I still have it though. So they didn't give me the ornament that I've been waiting to see. Damn. But I did get this. Angel, you sent this, right? Hold on. You sent this, Angel? Isn't this so beautiful? Terry Von Davis, Taurus Boy. Angel, didn't you send this to me? I can't remember because I had to take the things out the boxes and the packaging. Oh, look at this. I don't even have a kid. But it makes me want to go get one. Okay, maybe not get one. Oh, I love this. Angel, you sent this? Is this something you sent? Just making sure. I think it was. I think it said your name on it. If it's not, whoever sent this, thank you. Singer DST, the P.O. box is available in the description. So you can send ornaments that way. I will be going back to the P.O. box, which means I got to take a journey. But it's okay. It's all right. I'll do it. It's the holiday season. 'Tis the season. My brother is right? This is so cute. So for those that wanted to see it, again, Angel, did you say no? You didn't send the book. So who sent the book? I need to look at the packaging again. There wasn't a note in there. So who sent this? Look at that. Oh, thank you. Whoever sent it. Did Terry Von Davis send it? Look, not me. No, Kempire getting baby fever. No, not. But look at this. Come on, let me just show you the picture. Isn't this cute? Oh, by Terry Von Davis. It was sent to me. So a few of you guys sent me a few things, okay? So I do want to say thank you to a few of you. If I don't say thank you now, I'll say thank you later in another video. Katia, or Katia, maybe that's how you pronounce your name. She says, Kempire, you wouldn't understand how much you've gotten me through. And you sent me a bunch of candle stuff. So you know I love a good candle, so thank you. Thank you so much. I didn't bring everything in here though, right? You sent these things. I didn't bring everything that you sent. But it was a bunch of stuff she sent me. Look. A bunch of stuff. I love it. I love a good candle. I got little wax melts too. Okay. All right. But I also got a couple of ornaments. So for those that are just joining us, this is our weekly recap of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. But I said, since I have your attention, sometimes when I do my casual lives, you guys don't show up and you miss when I see. Ooh, who sent this? Hold on. Oh, wait, I know. It has a little tag. Thank you for putting a tag on here. Hold on. Valerie Hayes. Oh, damn, should I not be reading your government? She says, in honor of your trip to Ireland on my bucket list, I'm sending you this ornament. Wait, how do you pronounce this? Falcha means welcome in Irish. Thank you. Look, I'm going to show you the ornament, guys. I'm going to put this on. I'm putting it on the tree in here. This is gorgeous. I saw a lot of these when I was in Ireland. Thank you so much, Valerie. Right? Thank you, Valerie. I'm going to put it on the tree. I just got to put it on the little hook and things like that. So I'm going to put it on the tree behind the scenes. Okay? Whoever got me the book, thank you. I don't know. I have to look to see where the name was. Then I believe Vanessa sent this. Vanessa, I had to take it out the box because I didn't bring a bag with me to the post office. Woo, 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 Kempire. Vanessa sent this. Angel, I promise I will go back and get your ornament. I thought I had everything, but I don't even think I had room. Oh, not Jamaica. Okay, a Jamaica ornament. A Jamaica. Let me cover my eyes. Look at that. Jamaica ornament. Thank you so much. Vanessa, I believe it was Vanessa that sent this. Vanessa, thank you. I'm put it right now because it's already ready to go. It's on the tree, Vanessa. I think it was Vanessa. Sorry. Miss Sharon, RHOC is not on the air anymore. Remember we had the season finale a couple of weeks ago. Thank God. A sidebar, speaking of Real Housewives of Orange County, did you see what Crystal Minkoff said on the Humble Brag podcast? Apparently, Vicky got her orange back because someone lost their job. So people are speculating, who could it be? Some people think it was Katie. She doesn't have a relationship with the group. She didn't film half of the season. I wouldn't mind seeing her go, but I think other people would. I mean, in regards to other people on the cast. And I'm not surprised because I also feel like Potomac is going to see a few people go too. Because first of all, Wendy's going to ask for more money next season. And Karen Huger is going to be back. And I know she missed the season, but Karen Huger still comes at a very high price. So I don't think Kiarna or Angel might be coming back. I have been telling you guys that. Okay. So thank you to everyone that has sent ornaments. Shout out to Kevin who came to my New York City show from Canada. Kevin, I just got your letter today, but I want to read it because it's a letter. Y'all don't send me letters. Well, okay, some you guys send me little love notes, but he sent a letter. I need to sit down and read it. Okay. Speaking of letters, we raised over $6,000 for the center, the LGBTQ center here in New York City. Congratulations to you guys. I Am a True Gem says, when is Roni coming back? They haven't even started filming yet, but they said the cast is locked during BravoCon a couple of weeks ago, and they're saying they're going to be picking up filming soon. So then there's that. All right. So this is what the center sent. They sent a thank you note to us, guys. They says, Dear Kempire, thank you for your generous gift of $6,000.34. Okay. All right. Okay, thank you for your generous gift of $6,000.34 received on July 23rd, 2025. And remember, 100% of your donation goes to the center, representing the proceeds of your YouTube Pride fundraiser and supporting the LGBT, the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community center. The center is a safe, affirming space for LGBTQ plus New Yorkers to connect, activate, and thrive. We are committed to serving anyone who turns to us and are only able to uphold the commitment through the support of people like you. It is because of your generosity that we can continue to grow and meet the changing needs of our vibrant community. Your contribution supports our life-enhancing and life-saving services for countless community members, spanning the areas of advocacy, health and wellness, recovery, youth, families, and the arts. We would love the opportunity to show you and your team the impact your donation makes on all LGBTQ plus New Yorkers. Please let us know if you'd like to schedule a tour by emailing blah, 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 blah. I've been to the LGBT Center, but I'll go. I'll represent for the team. On behalf of everyone we serve, thank you and the community at TheKempire for your contribution and kindness. Eugene Lovendusky, thank you so much. Thank you. I like people that send a little thank you note. So thank you so much for that. We appreciate it. And thank you to everyone that donated back in June for our Pride fundraiser. We set an all-time record. Do you think next year we could raise $10,000? We got close. $6,000? I think we could do $10,000 next year. What do you guys think? You let me know in the chat. And if you're part of the replay crew and you donated or shared our videos for other people to donate, thank you, thank you, thank you. As I said to you before, with everything that's going on in this country where federal funds are being stripped away from so many important organizations illegally, it's important that we are, as a community, supporting these life-changing centers that are a safe haven for a lot of LGBT youth, but not even just LGBT youth, anyone that they're not turning away anyone that comes through their doors. So thank you to everyone that donated. Angel says, we can do it. See, I know we can do it. All right, guys, are just joining us. This is our weekly recap of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Normally, we do it in the early afternoon. However, look, I had a busy day. I've been running around all day, but here I am. But you still got content. I posted my Instagram live that I had with Taria Faison earlier today. We talked about everything. We talked about Salt Lake City. We talked about RHOP. We got some exclusive details about Wendy Acefo's first hearing in regards to this insurance fraud. So if you missed it, you can now watch it here on YouTube. For those that don't have Instagram or Facebook or anything like that, you can now watch it here on YouTube. You're welcome. You can also hear it on the Kempire podcast, and you'll be able to hear this live as well on the Kempire podcast. So make sure you subscribe to the Kempire podcast today. Okay? All right. Thank you to everyone that sent in super chats already and became a member. Thank you, Stephanie, for becoming a member of the Kempire. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And welcome to the fam. Housewives the Lover, thank you so much for the super chat. Well, hold on. I don't want to assume. They say, I'm sorry, but Mary is the comedic relief we need. Right? Just unexpected comedic relief. But before we get to that, and this is probably why I'm blocked, we got to talk about Mary Cosby's son, because I keep giving you updates. Last week, we were talking about how his estranged wife, yes, they were married, has filed for divorce, and he was sitting in jail. Well, now People Magazine in their exclusive are writing this. It says, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Mary Cosby's son, Robert, pleads guilty to assault and trespassing, will remain in jail until February. Damn. But I'm sure Mary, in her head, is probably thinking, at least he's not on the streets. He's probably going to be sober. But, The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Mary Cosby's son, Robert Cosby Jr., has pled guilty to assault, violating a protective order, and other charges one day after his wife, Alexana Arian Smokoff, filed for divorce. Robert Jr., who's only 23 years old, entered his pleas in a Salt Lake City County District Court in Salt Lake City, Utah on Tuesday, November 25th. So he wasn't even home for Thanksgiving. Following multiple incidents spanning from September to November involving his wife and father-in-law, Shad Stoke, according to court documents viewed by People. Facing 14 charges. Ooh, okay, now 14 charges. What is going on over here? Facing 14 charges, Mary's son with husband Robert Sr., her granddaddy, stepdaddy, husband, pled guilty to 8 charges in total, 1 count of felony property damage or destruction greater than or equal to $5,000, 2 counts of violation of a pretrial protective order obtained by Alexiana, who's 21, in addition to 1 count of assault on a peace officer, 1 count of violation of a jail release court order, 2 counts of criminal trespass on a dwelling with intent to cause annoyance, injury, or fear, all Class A misdemeanors, and 1 count of Class B misdemeanor assault. 6 misdemeanor charges were dismissed with prejudice. Damn. So they said Alexiana filed for divorce in Salt Lake City County District Court on Monday, November 24th. The petition for divorce requires that both parties do not harass, intimidate, or disturb the peace of the other party by any means, including electronically. The documents reviewed by People continue to list prohibited actions on behalf of either party. Quote, commit domestic violence or abuse against the other party or a child, use the other party's name, likeness, image, or identification to get credit, open an account for service, or obtain a service, cancel, or interfere with telephone, utility, or other services used by the other party, cancel, modify, terminate, or change the beneficiary. In an exclusive statement, Robert's lawyer, Clayton Sims, tells People, understanding and recognizing the relationship was difficult for Robert based on his religion and background. To him, marriage is sacred and forever. Excuse me? Okay. His attorney added, his parents were his example and they've been married for 27 years. Robert was slow to recognize and accept his marriage was over and continued to connect with his soon-to-be ex-wife. Robert has accepted responsibility for his mistakes and has pleaded guilty to several misdemeanors. Robert Jr., who has appeared on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City alongside his mom, Mary, was booked into Salt Lake City County Jail on November 9th and will remain there without bail until his sentencing on February 3rd. Wait a minute, damn. When a judge will determine the length of his remaining sentence. They might say time served, it depends. So he's going to remain in custody until February. So I'm sure this will come up at the reunion, and I'm sure he will still be in jail by the time they do the reunion. Indictments filed by Utah prosecutors previously accused Robert Jr. of attempting to climb through a dog door to break into his father-in-law's home on 2 occasions in September, and in one incident attacking his father-in-law on his front lawn. Court documents noted that Alexiana was staying at the residence at the time. In a November indictment, prosecutors claimed that Robert Jr. vandalized his father-in-law's home and bit a law enforcement officer on the hand, quote, breaking the skin. After the officer took him to the ground for allegedly failing to stop when ordered to do so, a taser was finally used to bring Robert Jr. under control, the indictment said. Robert Jr. was previously arrested for a DUI in 2022 when police claimed that the reality star was operating a vehicle without a license and disobeyed traffic laws. He later accepted a plea deal in which he pleaded guilty to DUI, resulting in the other charges being dropped. Mary exclusively told People in November that her son's September arrest was for his good. The Salt Lake City star added, I think he needed that. He never encountered anything like that. He's never been through anything like that. I don't mind it. She said, I don't mind it. It hurt me at the time. I was devastated. I was worried. I was scared. But some things happen for a reason to show you the path you're on. I feel like he needed that and that he understands that sorry, y'all. I need to take my watch off. It's like people don't understand do not disturb. Leave me alone. All right. She said, but some things happen for a reason to show you the path you're on. I feel like he needed that and that he understands that that's the wrong journey. For his part, Robert Jr. told People at the time that he's taking his journey day by day and that he's not where I want to be, but I'm certainly not where I used to be, he added. I will get there. Reminder, if you're experiencing domestic violence, call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233 or go to thehotline.org. All calls are toll-free and confidential. The hotline is available 24/7 in more than 170 languages. If you are someone who's struggling with substance abuse, please contact SAMHSA, SAMHSA helpline at 1-800-662-HELP. Help. So that's the latest update on Robert Jr. He will remain in jail. He will remain in jail until February, where he will be sentenced. So we'll see then what they will decide. So stay locked for any other updates. We've been following the story. But like Mary said, I feel like that's probably where he needs to be right now. So he can sober up, figure out where he wants to go next in his life. This is very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. But he's a young guy, so he can always bounce back from this. All right, Kendra, thank you so much for the super chat. Kendra says, did you eat before this live? We don't need you hangry. I had a little something. But sometimes I don't like to eat before a live because then I feel like, the itis hits you. And then I'm like, I don't know if I have the energy. I also have to kind of eat light, but I ate something. But thank you, Kendra. Thank you for being concerned. I won't be here long, though. I won't be here long just because, this episode was okay, guys. If you had to rate this week's episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City from 1 to 10, how would you rate it? I thought it was a good episode. Don't get me wrong. It went really quickly. And the rewatch that I just did, I was like, I still enjoy watching it. I might hate watching it like some of these other shows. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys seen the preview for Beverly Hills. And I already told you the tea that I got that the premiere is heavily talking about Garcelle. I hate the fact that Garcelle's not there to defend herself because now they're trying to spin it like Garcelle might have been part of the reasons why we couldn't get close to you, Sutton. They couldn't get close. Sutton, I know you're going to watch this. Sutton, or someone clip this and send it to Sutton. Sutton, they didn't want to be your friend. if Garcelle was there or not. They didn't want it. This season, they're going to switch it up and make it seem like, oh, Garth, we're close with you. Even Kyle Reason is now trying to spin the narrative. Like, I've always been close with Sutton, but her friendship with Garcelle, kind of interfere. If y'all don't get out our faces with this, Garcelle's busy. She was just in Portugal filming a movie. Now she's here in New York City filming Survival of the Thickest. So she's booked and busy. Goodbye. Guys, today's live is brought to you by our friends over at Cash App. It's the holiday season, and unfortunately, scams are on the rise. I'm so excited to welcome Cash App as a sponsor of today's live. And I've been using Cash App more recently than ever before. And I haven't realized the amount of new things that they've added to the app to secure my safety and your safety. Now more than ever, with the holiday and all these different scams that are out there, you want to make sure when sending money to your friends, family, or someone you owe money, easily and safely. Scammers know the holidays are busy for everyone, which can make us all targets for scams. That's why Cash App builds in protection to help keep your money safe while you're checking off your shopping list. If you're about to send money to someone for a deal that's too good to be true and Cash App flags it as a potential scam, they'll warn you before you send the money. Cash App also gives you an extra layer of protection with features like security lock. You can require a PIN, Face ID, or fingerprint to unlock your account and move money, so even if someone gets a hold of your unlocked phone at a holiday party, your money is right where you left it. Give yourself some peace of mind this holiday season and download Cash App. I've literally have utilized the Cash App feature recently a lot and noticed the new protections that they've added to the app. So of course, we've gotten you covered in regards to an exclusive code. For a limited time only, new Cash App customers can use our exclusive code to earn additional cash. For real. Just download Cash App, use our exclusive referral code, SECURE10, in your profile, send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get $10 dropped right into your account. We all love free money, don't we? Terms apply. That's money. That's Cash App. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services are provided by Cash App's bank partners, prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC, promotions provided by Cash App, a Block Incorporated brand, and visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. More information on Cash App and your code will be available in the description. And we're back. Okay. Shout out to Cash App for sponsoring today's Real Housewives of Salt Lake City recap. If you're just joining us, don't forget to like the video. It's an easy, free way of supporting not just my channel, but other channels as well. Shout out to everyone watching on Twitch as well. I see you guys. And thank you for the super chat, April. April says Sutton already fell for it. I hope the audience doesn't fall for it. Even I've already seen a lot of the audience, and I'm not watching it. It looks boring. Even just the little previews that people have seen, they're not entertained. I have to say, Crystal Kominkoff dropped a lot of tea about being a part of the cast of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and even the way that they conduct themselves. None of them have CAMEO. Where you guys request me for your birthday or a holiday gift or something like that. Apparently, that's too tacky for the ladies of Beverly Hills. Also, they can't really mix and mingle with the other ladies at BravoCon. Like what? Like, what is happening? But she said she wouldn't say who told her that. But I believe Crystal. Why would she lie? She's no longer there. But anyway. All right. So Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. We start off, first of all, for those that didn't know, Andy Cohen spoke about, again, the fact that Jen Shaw will not be returning to Salt Lake City. Let me play the clip for you because I played it yesterday when I was live with Taria, but I do want to play it again just so that you guys can hear it from the man himself. He says that there ain't no way that she's coming back. There's no chance. And he said he could definitely see her doing other reality television, but it ain't gonna be here. So let me just play for you the clip of what Andy had to say in regards to that. Let me just see. Our friends over at Bravo Snarkside posted it. So for those that didn't realize this, People magazine confirmed that they reveal exclusively that Federal Bureau of Prisons have approved a December 10th departure date for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City alum. The decision marks the latest reduction to the 6.5-year sentence that she's been serving since February of 2023 for her role in a long-running national telemarketing scheme. So she didn't even serve 3 years. I mean, it's about to be 3 years, but she barely served. But all right. Fine, but listen to what Andy Cohen had to say about Jen Shah and her possibilities on returning to Bravo.
Let me just say, because I think she is getting released next week. And I just want to say once again, for anyone who is asking, I think I've said this before, she's not coming back to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. She's not. So I wish her all the best in her next life.
No, you don't.
I would assume she'll wind up on a reality show.
You know she is. She's probably going to do, not Traitors, but all the other reality shows not connected to NBC Universal. You know she's going to probably be on every reality show when she's out of there.
Some kind. But it won't be anything that I'm working on. I don't know that I could see Bravo working with her again. So
I felt like that was tea because, everyone looks at Andy Cohen as Bravo, but he really isn't Bravo. He is an executive over there, Bravo. He does have some influence, but there are other suits that you don't know and recognize that are making these decisions.
There you go. Can we put a period on the end of that sentence? And kudos to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, who have not only survived, but thrived in the years following her incarceration. So, the show is well on its, feet.
Do you have some sort of policy? Like, why can't she come back?
There has to be a line, John.
Right.
There has to be a line.
And since when is the line jail? I guess it depends on what you go to jail for. I think the line really has to do with, first of all, the season that she left was their worst season of Salt Lake City history. You could really skip it. You can watch it if you just want to be a purist and want to watch all the seasons, but that's their worst season. It should have been their best season. It was their worst. Andy is more upset the fact that she did not give him the one-on-one exclusive that he would expect, like he's getting from Karen Huger this season. She instead went on YouTube and sat down with a YouTuber. So that's why he's upset. He's also upset at the fact that she crashed BravoCon when she wasn't invited, allegedly. So and God only knows what else she did behind the scenes. So there's the other element that one of her victims unalived himself, a World War II vet unalived himself because of the financial issues that he had after she stole money from him. Allegedly, I'll say. But she went to jail for it. So I don't think I have to say it, but I'll say allegedly. Okay? So I don't know. Oh, Malakis says if Jen was white, this wouldn't be an issue. Ooh. Well, and if you're not, Thomas Jefferson's concubine. Sorry, it was right there, y'all. It was right there. Okay, sorry. All right, let's get to this episode. So Bronwyn picks up the Todd father at the airport in a costume. She's a sloth. I'm like, what the hell? Like, this was cute last season, Bronwyn, but it's feeling forced. It's feeling like a lot. I think you wanted to have this light, sweet, fun moment with Todd. We don't look at this situation or your marriage the same. Anyone else? I'm not looking at their marriage the same. But anyway, they're in the car headed back home. They seem to be in a better place despite him getting caught out there talking to another woman on a flight. I thought it was funny that they were talking about, so what did you do on your flight back? He watched a bunch of movies that he downloaded. Look, you talk to your other girlfriend. He much rather have that as the situation than her approve. Then it probably takes the sexiness out of the kissing and the farting. Damn. All right. So she updates him on what's been going on with the ladies. And he's like, you know how you told me not to get involved in the whole plane incident? I got myself involved. So then she mentions like she wants to bring the group together and do this sort of like spill the Boston tea party so that they can sort of just admit all their stuff. I don't know. Like last season when they had these forced games to kind of admit their stuff, we didn't see it coming. Now we're doing it another season and I'm just like, all right. Miss Esquire says Bronwyn has to stop telling us that the man is terrible and then trying to make us like their marriage. Pick a struggle. I agree. One Up says, Kempire said, keep it. We don't believe you. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Singer DST says, Todd makes me sleepy. He is a little sleepy. That's why we're not going to spend too much time on that conversation. Let's get to this next conversation, Whitney and Justin. So remember Whitney's storyline this season is the fact that they're in some financial strains from a terrible business deal. So Whitney wants us to believe that Wild Rose Beauty was thriving and Sephora was in talks with her to bring it to Sephora. Only for Justin to want to take the business and turn it into this sort of MLM marketing, whatever it may be. And she says that they convinced her she was enamored because, you know, normally he wasn't interested in her business, but now he's interested. And they were talking all these numbers and he showed her all these numbers. And now she feels like she went against what she really felt at the time. Did anyone watch that scene? It says, Whitney, stop trying to make us believe this tomfoolery. And you're all of a sudden mad at, first of all, she was mad at Justin for paying off one of their debts. She's like, you know, it hurt. Like she's sitting there trying to be mad. I'm like, you made this decision. I don't care if they convinced you as a grown adult that's an entrepreneur that owns a business. You made the decision with your husband to go in that direction instead of going the other direction. Don't be mad at him. Be mad at yourself. Be mad at yourself. That entire conversation, I'm like, okay, Whitney, either this is forced, fake, and phony, or you are just that dumb. What? And I don't understand why you were upset that he was paying off a debt that you guys owe. Okay, I can understand maybe you feeling hurt, like, oh, you know, if I didn't make that decision. Okay, Kendra, that's what I was thinking. Kendra says talking in code means she's telling a bold-faced lie. I did not believe that conversation, and her making herself to be the victim and be mad at Justin. When they lost the money, she felt like they were connected, but now she's kind of looking back on it, and she felt like she shouldn't have done it. I don't know if I believe that. I believe that you saw the dollar signs, and they convinced you that this was going to be a big money maker for you, and it ended up being a scam. You scammed yourself out of your own money, and now you're mad that you made that decision. Because Whitney Rose, Wild Rose Beauty is supposed to be like this big money maker. Girl, when was it ever a big money maker? I'm just asking. I don't think it ever was. Remember, it used to be called something else, Harem and Bow and something. Remember, it was called something else, and then she changed it to Wild Rose Beauty. Girl, you've made a lot of interesting business decisions. I wouldn't invest with you, but that's me. Miss Esquire, let me shimmy. Thank you so. I can't shimmy too much. I hurt myself. Miss Esquire, thank you so much for the super chat. Miss Esquire says, why? Because she assaulted a cast member? No. See Portia, Teresa, because she lied about her innocence? No. See Teresa, Erica, Karen, because she monetized her story outside the show? No. See Robin and Giselle? She's giving all examples as to the line that Andy Cohen is now talking about. He says, you know, there has to be a line. We love over here calling out Andy Cohen's hypocrisy, but I always tell you, unless it lines Andy Cohen's pockets, he doesn't care. I think if she had a stellar last season, I think he probably would have changed his mind. Or if Salt Lake City was struggling. You saw what he said at the end of this. He says, you know, they're having an amazing season. He doesn't see a path forward with her. He doesn't see that the show is hurting. If the show is hurting after she left, and everyone was like, no, you need to bring her back, he would bring her back in a second. But all great examples. All great examples, Miss Esquire. Damn, Jen says Jen Shaw walked so that Whitney could run. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like they had some sort of... Oh, wait, hold on. AJ says, I love Wild Rose products, though. You're the first person to ever tell me that. You're the first person. I Am a True Gem says, Wild Rose was a cute name. It is a cute name, but it's going to be... look, in order to have a brand and a business that actually is successful, it has to have more than just a cute name. Like, people love Rihanna, but they're not buying Rihanna's products because they love Rihanna. They're buying the products because the products are actually good. That's the one thing that I learned. The reason why that's $1 billion company is because it filled a hole in the market and they were good products, and they're still good products. So that's why she has 2 multi-billion-dollar companies, Fenty Beauty and Savage Fenty. And Rihanna has a brand where people would buy it because it's Rihanna. But that's not the reason why they're buying Fenty Beauty. They're buying it because it actually fills a gap in the market. Just saying. And look, a lot of these housewives think they can just come on the show and put out a product and people are going to automatically buy it. No. Kira says Sephora, though, Whitney. Sephora. Okay, so if you had the chance, guys, Sephora was in conversation with you, and then your husband comes to you and says, no, we should do it this way, and he's promising all these things, what would you have done? I would have went with the company that has a winning streak when it comes to selling beauty products. I wouldn't be trusting in the man that, okay, maybe he's the master in regards to multi-level marketing, and Utah reportedly is good for that, but come on. Hey, Carrie. Thank you for being a member. Carrie says, Fenty is awesome products. I didn't know that they were Rihanna after purchasing them. You see what I'm saying? So even the brand is bigger than Rihanna at this particular point. RC says, you couldn't find Vita? Remember, there was I don't drink, but a lot of people said they couldn't find Vita when she first was on the show. I don't know if today, now you can find it. Oh, yeah. Ariana says her hair company is doing pretty well, too. So is Sacred. Beyonce. Remember, Beyonce has had multiple products that have failed. Dairy on jeans. She's had multiple products that have failed. But Sacred is doing extremely well because they're passionate about it. It fills a hole. People trust it. They've tried it. Some of you have tried certain products and you're like, this sucker is good. Beyonce could have put out a half-assed product and it would have been a failure. I'm at work says Vita is only in a few states. I'm a tequila drinker, so I wanted to try it. Yeah, I have no idea, y'all. I just remember when she first got on the show, they said that it was hard to find. Oh, look, see, I Am a True Gem says, I'm a sacred oil. I put on some sacred oil on today. Honestly, I was just going to get Sacred because I love the bottles. I wanted to put that in my bathroom because I have a little display thing. I was like, that'd be beautiful to put it in the display. But then I was like, I ain't wasting my money on that right now. Also, it's hard to find. Right? Isn't it hard to find? Oh, yeah. Come on. Ivy Park, failure. And I know, okay, Beehive, bzzz. You're all going to be like, no, it wasn't. We've already talked about this. I did a short TikTok about this a couple of years ago when she parted ways. What was it with Adidas? Come on. So Ivy Park, it was a huge success for Beyonce because of how Beyonce had that set up where she made sure she got her $20 million a year. But the brand overall was not successful. But when she parted ways with Adidas, she was able to secure the brand. And where is Ivy Park? We haven't seen them do a new collection in forever. We can unpack why that wasn't successful. We'll do that another time. Oh, Ariana says, I'll send you an empty bottle. I want an empty bottle. Oh, Sacred is at Ulta? I'll go check it out. But you know what else is at Ulta? Our friends over at Butter. Yes, that's how I got my products the other day. I don't have it in here. It's in my bathroom being used. Okay. We just collaborated with Butter this past week for a Cyber Monday sale, but you can still get some because it's a great Christmas gift or holiday gift, a Hanukkah gift, whatever, or Kwanzaa gift. Well, I guess Kwanzaa gift, you're supposed to make them, right? Look, anyway, so head on over to butterskin.com and use our discount code Kempire10 for 10% off. Okay? All right. Oh, Miss Escobar says, I really love my Ivy Park shoes. So comfy. I mean, you're a little biased, Virgo. Playing. I don't think anyone had a problem with the actual clothes. I think it just didn't connect with the larger audience. Arm Candy says, is she still promoting Sir Davis as much? She did during her tour. And I heard Sir Davis is really good. I haven't tried it. Y'all know I don't drink. But I've heard it's good and it's won awards, apparently. Apparently, she was putting this product out there before people even knew that she was connected to it. Like, it was being tested by these other people, and they were like, oh, no, this is good stuff. That's what I've heard. I don't know. Apparently, on tour, she was drinking it. Like, on tour, like, literally on stage. All right. Let me move on, y'all, because I really don't have a lot to say about this episode. So Whitney and Justin have this conversation. She's tearing up in her confessional about this. She says that while Rose Beauty was her biggest asset, she says Sephora was interested. We just went on a whole tangent. Let's move on. Heather. This is a very quick scene. I like scenes with Heather and her daughters. It's been a while since we've seen her daughters, like a scene with, we've seen them quite a few times this season. But I always used to like, in the early years, her scenes with her daughters because it felt so genuine. Now her daughters are grown. Her youngest is now going off to college. Where's the other one? Doesn't she have 3 daughters? Where's the other one? Uh-oh, here come. Look at the reviews are coming in. We always go on a tangent around here. Miss Esquire says, Sir Davis is not as smooth as I hoped it would be. I'm from Tennessee. I've been whiskey since my baby bottle. Oh, and they always say that it's so smooth. But you know what? You got to be mindful of who's reviewing it. Some of these people are Beehive stands. Ariana says, I also like Sir Davis. I mean, if y'all want to send me bottles, I'm not drinking it, though. I just like anyone else that's just like the alcohol bottles, I'm not drinking it, though. I want to just put it I can't put it back here because, it's YouTube. Okay. Who lives in Florida? I've digressed. Let me focus. All right. So Heather is preparing. I never even saw that families do this where they decorate the bed when your kid is going off to college. What stood out to me, this was sweet, whatever scene. Her and her other daughter are decorating for her youngest daughters. She's going off to college. What stood out to me is Heather saying that even when she was married, she felt like she was raising those girls on her own. And I appreciate Heather because I know there are a lot of moms and parents that can relate to how Heather feels. She now feels like a sense of relief with them going off to college. And I was like, you know what? A lot of people would be scared to admit that because they would be afraid that people are going to judge them. But I appreciate it. And I understood it after she explained it. She's like, she feels like she's been taking care of these kids for the last few years. And now she just kind of wants to be free. So it'd be interesting to see Heather next season and what that's going to look like. But, a lot of people say that, Heather is irrelevant on the show. And I always say to you, the only thing that saves me for wanting Heather on the show is because she always goes back to and connects the whole Mormonism of it all. And Mormonism, I feel like, is a character on this show. So for me, she always represents being like a Stepford Mormon wife. I don't feel like any of the other Mormon women on the show can kind of give us or hark back to what that would look like. And I also feel like she's traumatized by it. I have not watched the documentary yet. I started watching the Diddy documentary, y'all. Stay tuned. I might have to do a recap. I don't know. So, can I just enjoy something and not recap it? Please and thank you. But it's good. That's one thing about 50 Cent. I don't like 50 Cent generally, but when he produces something, for the most part, it's actually really good. He doesn't have creative control over this because I saw Diddy was saying that, Netflix is doing this because he didn't do a deal with them, blah, blah, blah. They said, first of all, 50 Cent has no creative control over this. They obtained all that footage like right before he was arrested. Right before he's arrested, they must have bought the videographer that he had hired and bought the footage, which is, I'm like, damn, boom. Stay tuned. But speaking of the documentary, I do want to watch I had started the Mormon documentary that Heather is hosting. I would like to see it because I like hearing her perspective on Mormonism. Okay, Kelly says we need a recap. Kendra says you enjoyed the Jussie Smollett documentary in peace. No, I didn't. I didn't watch it. You're right. I did enjoy it in peace, not by not watching it. Nellie says, I just finished the Diddy documentary, 10 out of 10. Us psych majors would love it. Oh, okay. You know I'm a psych major, right? My bachelor's is in psychology. I blame the mama and the bad wigs for real. Well, do you remember that? Look, sidebar. We taking a lot of sidebars. You remember the part where his friend, Kirk Burroughs, said that Diddy slapped his mother? Oh, I don't know. But then some might say that she raised him to be the way that he turned out. But anyway. All right, back to this. So Heather is preparing her daughter's bedroom for her to go off to college. She's actually excited about it. She feels like a sigh of relief that they're all moving out of the house. I'm here for it. Her daughter comes in. They enjoy it. Moving on. This actually was a really sweet scene. I think there's so much, because we're watching an ensemble cast, so we can't get to the nitty gritty of how we get here, because I know a lot of people are watching Bronwyn and Muzzy's scenes like, how did we get here? So Bronwyn, who's an LGBTQ advocate, because, you know, they now are saying that you can't have the LGBT flag at federal buildings in Utah and whatnot. So she's like, you know what? We're going to counteract that and put that up in other places. Okay, so she's enlisted her mother to help her, even though her mother disagrees politically with some of these things. I don't know what that means exactly, but we do, don't we? But Muzzy was all about it. They went to the sex shop and they all went and they were collecting these pride flags. And so she was working on that project, but then it leads into a conversation about how Muzzy grew up and how her mother was, and that's probably part of the reason why Muzzy was the way that she was. But I feel like Muzzy really, although she says it wasn't in her, I feel like she's softened up a lot, and now she's willing to say to Bronwyn, I think you're doing a great job with Gwen. I think you are a great mother. So I could definitely see there's some sort of improvement that I think that we may have missed during the. I feel like they're showing us, but it feels like a fast forward. Like, whoa, Muzzy was just dragging you the other day. Now all of a sudden, Muzzy is like really open and peaceful. And now you're begging for her to stay. So I feel like there's an element, because we're watching an edited show and on ensemble as well, so we're not getting everything. Damn, Ari says, we know Muzzy down with the M. You mean MAGA? Probably. I mean, she did say that they don't agree politically, so who knows? Who knows? But I'm going to ignore that for now and focus on their relationship and how far they've come with their relationship. And it seems like all Bronwyn ever wanted from Muzzy was her acceptance and for her to say, you know, I'm proud of you, I love you. And she finds it hard because she even says in this conversation, she didn't get that from her own mother. So that's why. Oh, Kimora came on last night? Damn, I missed it. Damn, I need to watch it then. Maybe tomorrow, y'all. Maybe tomorrow we'll talk about it. Stay tuned. I got things to do tomorrow, though, so it's a busy week. Damn, Jen Fa La 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 says her brows spell out Meg. Why are you guys this way? But that was funny to me. Funny to me. Guys, you're just joining us. We're talking about the latest episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. You can hear it in my voice. You know it's been a busy week of me talking nonstop, so I'm not surprised that my voice is like, it needs a break. I need a day of not talking. All right. So I thought this was a sweet conversation between Muzzy and Bronwyn. She even tells Bronwyn that she's proud of her. She can see how she's raising Gwen very differently than how she was raised. So look, if this works, at the end of the day, I know everyone's going to have strong opinions about Muzzy and this relationship, and they're entitled to. You put your relationship on reality show, people are going to dissect it and share their opinions. However, at the end of the day, this is Bronwyn's mother. And if she wants to have a relationship with her mother, and by any means necessary, that is up to her. Hey, look, I ain't got to deal with Muzzy. She does, right? So I have to say, their scenes, though, for me, have been a little bit more like engaging to watch. You know, we see a lot of these family scenes. We haven't seen much family scenes with Meredith, which I'm okay with. But for the most part, Tiger says, you're sounding like Meredith. Slurring? I can't help it. What's in this water bottle, you ask? All right. All right, let's move on. Let's get to this Boston Spill the Tea party. So one thing I will give Bronwyn is that I know a lot of people are not going to like the party, but just the aesthetic of the party. Like, you could tell, like, you rented out a space, a studio, to give this sort of, like, performance of the Boston Tea Party. So she loves the theme. She loves the costume. So she wants everyone to get dressed up. Why is it that Lisa is such a killjoy? She never dresses up. My thing is, for someone that has so much access and you're so different, like, you should be able to elevate whatever costume that theme that we're having. And I'm just like, here come just a killjoy. Even Meredith, and whatever that was she was wearing, even if she gets into it, and she is a, very, stiff upper lip woman too. And you're a Sagittarius. Like, where's the fun? Like, I thought you'd be a lot more fun. Come on. I don't know. Oh. And Vegas girl says, Muzzy brought a tear to my eye when she told her that she was proud of her. So did it brought a tear to Bronwyn's eye as well. Scorpio Moon Girl says that was a good scene. Loved it. Yeah. Shimmer says that the decorations were on point, like a reunion set. Someone on X said that it looked like a bootleg reunion set. But don't be surprised that's the theme. But I have to say, it was impressive because it was very on point when it comes to the theme between the food and the costume of it all. I just don't understand why Lisa couldn't just play into the game. She did put the wig on. So that was part of the game was, let's have, everyone put on a wig and things like that. Mary Cosby was late, but Mary Cosby shows up. And of course, Mary Cosby's just like, I'm not wearing that. And Mary Cosby pulls out a wig out of her jacket. Mary is just, she's so different than she was in the first season, right? She is just funny. She's having a good time. And I don't know. I'm thinking it's because Robert Sr. is not around. Yeah. I feel like, let's see how she would be if Robert Sr. was around. She's just a lot more light and fun and funny. I mean, she was always funny, but I feel like she's even more funny now. And having a good time and playing along with the rest of the group. I think the group would say the same thing. And Vegas Girl says that Mary was dressed like Prince. But at least she tried. At least she tried. So the group gathers. Brittany tells Heather and Whitney about her combo with Meredith, which really didn't lead anywhere because Whitney is just sort of like, because Meredith apologized for hurting Whitney's feelings, but she didn't really own or show accountability for what happened on the plane. So Whitney says that she wants Meredith to take accountability and apologize for calling them all liars about what happened on the plane. Okay? Deborah says that Mary is not as mean. No, she isn't. So everyone arrives. They get to see this big set that she planned for this Boston Spill the Tea party. Okay? Mary comes in, she gets her wig, she joins the rest of the group. This was so funny to me because they start eating the food and they had the J-Dogs. So Mary is just like, are hot dogs BC before Christ? She's like, I would rather a fish fillet because at least you know what's in it. Do you though? Do you really know what's in a fish fillet? Do you think that's real fish? It's with McDonald's. Mary's like, she wants some McDonald's. I was surprised they didn't flash back to when she was in the Sprinter van. And because remember, that was the season she came back as a friend and she barely participated. But now she's like really all in. I wish they would have flashed back to her eating the McDonald's in the Sprinter van. That would have been amazing. CIUWC says, do you think Mary believes in divorce? Because why not divorce the man she don't like him? I mean, first of all, we don't know if she doesn't like him or not. But you saw what we just reported on in regards to Robert Jr. and based off the religion. So maybe with the religion, she's like, no, we're not going to get divorced. Amanda says, I love a fish fillet from McDonald's. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I love certain things from McDonald's. And every once in a while when I get a little hankering for some McDonald's, I'll get it. But I do you even know what it is that you're eating? Like those chicken McNuggets, is that real chicken? I mean, it's tasty, don't get me wrong. And those French fries, what is on the French fries? Right? Just saying. All right. Amber the Sag, thank you for the super chat and for being a member. It says, how long can Whitney use her troubled brands, troubled marriage, or both as storylines? Yawn. I thought it was just me. I'm just like, okay, it feels like the same thing over and over again with her. Deshaun, thank you. Not me yawning. It's about that time. Deshaun, thank you so much for the super chat. Deshaun says, I saw Vita at the Cheesecake Factory. Really? Nobody was drinking it, but it was at the bar. Where are you located, Deshaun, if you don't mind sharing? That's interesting. Taurus with the T, thank you so much for the super chat. Taurus T says, Mary looks much younger compared to season 1. You think? Maybe. Her energy is definitely a lot lighter. So, oh my gosh, don't drink Campbell's soup. You heard what the CEO said about Campbell's soup. Ew, not chicken scabs, Regina. Don't tell me that. Ew. Exactly. Shar says, don't believe the fish is real. Even the bread tastes artificial. Ariana says, OMG, Sag season. My B-Day is next Wednesday. Happy birthday, Ari. Okay. We got a lot of Sages part of the community. Hugs and Kisses says, Whitney and her husband are homewreckers. Play the violin. The violin died. If you didn't see my last video, look, the violin died again. Yeah. I'm not going, look, I could change the battery again, but Lord, it didn't last that long. We don't play it that much. The violin broke when I played it for, what was it, for Tamar? If you missed it, I gave you an update on the Funky and Tamar of it all. All right. All right. Let me take a sip. All right. I'm actually over this episode, y'all. I'm already over it. Oh, wait. Let me drop the call-in link because I'm like already over it. Live chat. How many likes have we gotten so far? We're almost at 300 likes. Keep liking the video. If you remember the channel, I'm going to drop the call link for you guys. It wasn't a bad episode. Don't get me wrong. It's just that I'm so used to doing this recap a lot earlier. And I'm just tired already. It's been a long day, but here I is. Look, here I is. And I'm just like, okay. I'm tired. Can I be tired? Right? I've been already talking for over an hour. Tamar broke the violin. You're right. All right. So if you remember the channel, I'm going to drop the call in link. We'll take a couple of callers, guys, and I'm going to get out of here. So I can rest up. And I already see I have another story I need to cover. Lord have mercy. Leave me alone. All of y'all. And there's so many stories I haven't gotten to talk about. And y'all want me to cover the Diddy documentary? Y'all gonna have to wait. Okay. Yes, happy birthday to all the fellow Sages. Well, I'm not a Sag, y'all. Don't get it twisted. Hugs and Kisses, if we need the violin, I'll change the batteries later. Okay? All right. All right, so I dropped the call link for you guys. Let's get back to this episode. So the group plays this spill the tea game in line with the whole Boston Tea Party theme. Okay. So Angie spills the tea that Lisa didn't buy a horse, but Lisa's like, "Oh, I bought the horse and I'm about to buy another one." Okay. You believe that she really bought a horse? Brittany, she didn't really have tea to spill. She wanted to know who spilled the tea to Jared about her flirting or kissing JWoww on the boat. They figured that out really quickly. We already knew Whitney can't hold water. Anytime information about Jared comes around, she spills the tea to Justin, and Justin, of course, runs and tells Jared. Okay. Heather admits that she spilled the tea about, I don't even know what this didn't feel like she was spilling the tea unless she got this information or shared more information about Todd kissing and passing gas. But Bronwyn is not amused by it. Heather apologizes to her. Bronwyn admits to Whitney apologizes to Whitney for taking their conversation and bringing it to Meredith. I felt like Whitney I don't know why she wanted to drag it out, because this is her at coming to you, being vulnerable and saying that she's sorry for doing that. But Whitney's just like, no, she's dragging it out. And she's like, well, no, why did you do that? Like that was really bad. And, I didn't want her to know that. That was a private conversation that you filmed. It was a private conversation that you filmed. Okay. It was a private conversation. She was just like, and she was like, and you laughed. So they flash back and you see where she does giggle a little bit. I wouldn't say that she like wholeheartedly laughed, but she did giggle a little bit. But that leads to talking about what happened with Meredith. And then that leads to an argument between Meredith and Whitney. Bronwyn admits that she's spilling the tea. This leads to Whitney confronting Bronwyn and then Meredith about the plane incident, because Whitney wants Meredith to own what she did in regards to going on a tangent for 6 hours. And Whitney says, this is what happens to you all the time. You go to sleep, you come back the next day and you're mad about something. So Whitney then says to Meredith, you're an alcoholic and a pill popper. Excuse me? I feel like that was a lot. So Meredith gets up and she brings up a gift. She brought some props and she gives all of these drug tests to the group. So I was confused by it. I was like, wait, are we going to really take the test? But they never took the test. What do you guys think about this whole situation? Do you think that they're dragging it, or do you think that Meredith needs to show some sort of accountability? Something definitely happened. Honestly, I don't blame Meredith for not showing 100% accountability, because if she admitted anything, it could possibly, first of all, losing your job, because we have to think about that. Federal charges. So there's a lot of elements here that I'm just like, I don't blame Meredith for being like, I am not going to change my stance on this, because it could be a loss of a job for me. It could mean legal charges brought against me. Whitney's always the bone carrier, the one that's always going to be like, well, what did that really happen? Did that really? You're in a cult. You're a pill popper. Like, she's always the one to kind of put all this stuff out there. So she's like a producer's pet in that way. That's why her and Heather are very similar in a lot of ways. So Whitney says that Meredith yelled at her on the plane, but Meredith is like, I don't remember that. Mary's like, yeah, you did. You did. And she says she's concerned that Meredith might not remember doing that. I don't think that Meredith doesn't remember, y'all. I don't think that's it at all. I think Meredith is smarter than a lot of people give her credit. I think she remembers everything, but she's refusing to own it because, again, of what it could mean for her legally. Right? So she's very careful with how she owns it. But okay. King B says, I don't think they're dragging it, but if Brittany has forgiven her, let's move on. That's what I mean. I think if Brittany still had an issue with it, then I could understand. But I thought we'd be, I didn't think they would be done with it because the rest of the group still feels like, girl, we saw what happened. But if Brittany has moved on and they had a conversation, why are we still dragging it out? So Heather claims that Meredith said that if you're friends with her, then we're done. Remember Lisa last week said that, yeah, you did say that. This week, Lisa is having Meredith's back like a true sad sister. You guys notice that? It's sort of like they must have had a conversation. You have to have my back no matter what. You can't falter at Walters. And Heather's so confused. Heather's like, you need to be consistent with what you said, because at Walters, you agreed. You confirmed. Pageant Mommy says they're absolutely dragging this. I think at this particular point, it's sort of like the black eye. We'll never get to the bottom of it. We eventually got to the bottom of it. I don't think we'll get to the bottom of this. I know a lot of people say, oh, we're going to see footage. We're going to see footage. I don't think we're going to see footage, to be honest with you, just because of the legality of it all. I do not think that we're going to see footage. Unless it vindicates Meredith and it really wasn't anything that really happened. And maybe they could edit it down. Maybe the editors, because we love the editors over there at Shed and Salt Lake City. I think like if they're able to edit to make Meredith look innocent, then no harm, no foul. Like there will be no charges brought, there will be no write-up. But I don't know. I don't know. So then Heather's asked why did Meredith send her that apology via text? And they show the text. And it's where Meredith says, if I did anything to you. She added the word if. And so Heather was like, so why did you send me that apology? She was like, well, I was apologizing because if I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. If I hurt your feelings. All right. Heather gets really upset because she feels like Meredith is gaslighting her. She says that Meredith has questioned her character and her experience. And look, I think a lot of people are like, okay, Heather's dragging it. But then when Heather says that it reminds her, it triggers her, the things that she experienced in Mormonism, I was like, well, that's a thing, y'all. Especially when it comes to religion. I could see if someone is questioning your experience like you're crazy, and the same thing happened to her when she tried to leave Mormonism, where they're sort of like, again, which they've called a cult as well, where they're like, what you're going through is not real. I could understand that being triggering and upsetting to Heather. Okay? So then the group comes up with different amendments. This is how the episode for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City ends. They come up with their own different amendments. And of course, the last amendment is given to Meredith. And Meredith basically says, reactive something. Oh my goodness, I should have wrote it down. I meant to write it down too. Reactive something. And when Whitney looked up the definition, before Whitney could even say it, I was like, it sounds like you. It sounds like you, Meredith. You know what I mean? Okay, and she's like, hey, my amendment will be, what was it? Was reactive something? Victimization? What was it? You guys don't remember? Y'all don't take notes when you watch? Reactive abuse. Thank you. Because that was going to be annoying. She's like, my amendment is that you guys will do reactive abuse. So they look it up and they're like, it sounds like you. Like thank you for giving us a definition about your behavior, Meredith. Right? Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Meredith can go f*** herself. I'm done with her. Because I'm not a f***ing whore and I don't cheat on my husband. Her and a dumb f***ing family that poses. Why don't you own a house? Wait, you can't. Because your husband changes jobs every 5 minutes? Fake Meredith is a piece of I have your back and I'm offended by that. You, that f***ing piece of garbage whore. I f***ing hate her. She's a whore. She's half of New York. She can go f*** herself.
Okay. Why did you play that? Just cause? I'm just giving you an example of reactive abuse. Okay? Scorpio Moon Girl says reactive abuse is what she does. Exactly. All right, guys, keep in mind the opinions of the callers do not represent the opinions of myself, TheKempire LLC, or our sponsors. We're almost at 300 likes. Once we get to 300 likes, I will drop the call link for the general audience. Kendra, thank you so much for another super chat. Kendra says, please watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills first episode so I don't have to. Really, Kendra? You should have sent a bigger super chat. Queenie, thank you so much for the super chat. Queenie says, anyone else see Whitney's skin in the mirror in the flashback of her call with Justin? I was truly concerned. She needs butter skin now. And this is coming from the Queenie. This is the person talking about having a beauty brand. She has her own skincare products. Wild Rose Beauty. RC, thank you so much for the super chat. RC says they're crazy for thinking no one will go off about what Britney dropped on Meredith in front of everybody. Heather is sickening. They need to stop. Oh, that's a hot take. I haven't seen a lot of people defending Meredith, RC, but I appreciate it. You know, we welcome all opinions here. I haven't really seen a lot of people. I think people can agree with that, but not the reaction that Meredith allegedly gave on the airplane. All right, let's get to the rest of these. Let's get to our callers. Wendy's backstage. We're going to bring Wendy up first. Wendy, what did you want to share?
Hey, Kempire. I can't believe I am first.
I know.
In like forever.
I know.
Okay. So I just think Whitney is a hypocrite. For her to call out Bronwyn for talking to Meredith about their conversation, but then turn around and told her husband what Brittany did, that was quite hypocritical and stuff. And then I just thought of something funny. I was thinking about Mary and the way she was dressing at the Boston Tea Party. Oh, she would not be in character because we were slaves back in those days. So she would not be wanting to dress like a slave. So that's it though.
Okay.
And then also you can smoke a McDonald's French fry and that's it, like a cigarette. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So don't eat those fries, y'all. It's dangerous.
Oh my God, they taste so good though. When it was certain moods for it.
Yeah, when they're freshly cooked, yeah, they are good. But yeah, no. Okay. Bye.
Thanks, Wendy. All right, let's bring up Nia next. Nia, what did you want to share?
Hey, Kempire, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Sorry. So I think Whitney is soft-launching her divorce for next season. Girl, you need to take accountability for your failed business. I think this overall episode was like maybe a 6 out of 10 because it did remind me of the Jen Shaw incident. Just so happens that we don't have footage of these non-Black women being aggressive, allegedly. And not defending Meredith, but Whitney, your truth is not the truth. Respectfully, everyone is not your dad. Even if Meredith does have a problem, you're going about it the wrong way. And lastly, I'm sorry, but I must say Americans kill me. Most of you guys know nothing about your own country, let alone any other country. But yeah, much love. Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Nia. Yeah, one of the things that we forgot to talk about from the episode when they were talking about how many senators do you have? How, what are the first 10 amendments called? I was surprised that Meredith, of all people, you went to law school. Like, that's like basics. Like, you should know that. That's law. But anyway. All right, let's bring up Cynthia next. Cynthia, what did you want to share? Cynthia?
Hey, Kempire, can you get back to me?
Sure.
I'll log back in.
All right, we're going to bring up Lee next. Lee, what did you want to share?
Hey, how are you?
Oh, well, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm going to make this quick. I'm really surprised that Whitney would call her business an MLM, knowing that the rep that MLMs have, especially connected to Mormonism. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. What's also interesting is that she just made the dumbest business move ever. If that's true about Sephora, I'm like, what type of businesswoman are you? So maybe you should not have businesses if you're not going to do anything good for them. And then that kind of all brought me back to that TikTok, like that would happen last year with the ex workers that used to work for Wild Beauty. when they did call it an MLM and she denied it. So what's the truth now, you know? So that's pretty much all I had to say. And Mary pulling out that wig, I was like, of course she did.
Like
of course she did. Yeah.
And she laughed to
So
herself.
that's it.
That made it even funnier.
She knows exactly what she's doing, and I love that for her. But that's it.
Thanks, Lee. Take care.
Have a good one.
You too. All right, let's bring up Angel next. Angel, what did you want to share?
Hey, Kempire.
Hey.
I say the episode was meh. It was kind of filler. There were so many scenes we could have done without. I don't know what Andy was trying to sell us talking about these next 3 episodes because I am not seeing it. But I do like that Muzzy gave Bronwyn the validation she was looking for. But Bronwyn, please read the book that was brought up in the chat about the adult children of emotionally unavailable parents because you need it. You don't need your mother's validation. You are almost 50 years old, girl. Come on. And then I just wanted to give you your big ups and props because the 3 C's gave you your props as one of their favorite people on YouTube to get their information for on Humble Brag. So
yes.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you, Angel. And I'm
Bye,
going
Kim.
to
Have a
get
good
that ornament. I'm looking forward to my prison ornament.
I want to see it because I got it direct from shipper. So I have no idea what it looks like except for the mock-up I made. So I was like, oh, yeah, you got it today because they gave me a confirmation and you didn't get it today. So woo, woo, woo.
Oh, wait. Did they say that I got it?
Well, that's what my thing says. It says it was picked up today. So I'm like, okay, UPS or USPS, are you failing us?
I need to look through the boxes that I have. That's why I could have sworn that I got it. I'm going to double check because I haven't thrown anything out. Because I was like, I could have sworn I seen something that said Angel. So I don't know. I'll double check.
Okay, Kip.
Thanks, Angel.
Good night.
Bye. All right. Guys, if you're just joining us, don't forget to like the video. It's an easy, free way of supporting not just my channel, but other channels as well. We're talking about the latest episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Kendra, thank you so much for another super chat. Kendra says, I wonder why no one brought up Heather's DUI on your talk show. Give them all butter gift bags. Oh, Lord. I'm at work, y'all. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says, I second Kendra. Please watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills recap and so we don't have to. I got a free Peacock sub for 24 months and I still won't watch. Well, y'all need to come with a little bit more than $5. I'm sorry. How about y'all pay off my Peacock for the year? How about that? Thank you so much for the super chat. Because I already know I'm going to be annoyed because I already watched a couple of minutes of the episode. And I'm like, really? All right. Taurus with the T is backstage. Wait, did I bring you up, Taurus with T?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I sent a super chat in earlier.
That's okay. So I was like, wait a second. What's going on?
Long time no talk. I just want to say I had my YouTube recap for the year, and you are my number one source for any kind of information that I look forward to on YouTube. So I really want to thank you for keeping me informed and making my work days a lot shorter and more entertaining.
Thank you.
This episode was very blah to me. I think I just realized on my way driving home that Angie talked not once during the damn episode. We heard nothing about Angie and less about Mary. And I wish that, honestly, Bronwyn's scenes were a little bit longer because she is the most entertaining person on the show thus far for me this season. I think the dynamic between her and her mom, a lot of people are saying that maybe she doesn't need the validation now that she's getting older, but you tell me. A parent is always going to be a parent, and no matter what anybody says, a parent's love is something very unique that you will never be able to find in friends or a partner. So I think her trying to fix the relationship with her mom now, especially after the sidekick saying that, you know, there might not be a lot of time left for her to fix things with her mom. I think it's good for us to see that. It's going to bring her a lot more peace than people are actually underestimating. Thank you.
Thanks, Taurus the T. I agree. Maybe it's because we're Tauruses. We can appreciate that. Deborah says that you are my number 2. Excuse me? I'm playing. I appreciate whatever number it is. If I'm coming up on there, that means you're watching the content. Thank you. Let's try Cynthia again. Hold on. Cynthia, are you there?
Hi, Kempire.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
How you doing? I agree with the other callers about the episode being meh. It was okay. It was okay. Honestly, Heather, my cancer sister, she's starting to get on my nerves. Her and Whitney, they're honestly dragging this thing with Meredith and Lisa. I don't know if they're trying to ice them out. But to make things a little bit messy, I know you're not gonna you probably will not like this, but they should bring Jen Shaw back to shake up the cast a little bit.
Did you not hear what Andy just said?
But Andy ain't the network.
Oh, you hear that, Andy?
I mean, no tea. I mean, no shade. No shade. Kempire, I'm saying.
But he also said he doesn't think that Bravo will either. So that means they've had conversations.
Okay, then bring Monica back then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Monica, I've been watching her and Carlos recapping, and Monica is ready for them.
Oh.
Yeah, bring Monica back. Yeah, okay. I'm in for the mess.
Okay.
Thanks, Kempire.
Thanks, Cynthia. Take care. All right, let's bring Keith up. Where's Keith? Oh, hold on. Wait, hold on, Regina. There goes Keith. Keith, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire.
Hey.
So first of all, with Meredith, I'm in the words of Funky Dineva, you remember when it's time to move every year. You remember when it's time to lie about your marriage. You remember when it's time to be up Lisa's behind every single day. But all of a sudden, you don't remember what happened on this plane. I don't believe it. She knows exactly what happened, but whatever. I understand she wants to lie. But also, I heard that Meredith, she graduated law school, but she never actually started practicing as an attorney. So maybe that's why she's not fully equipped on what's happening with the government or how many Congress we have, but whatever. And also with Whitney, I think she just needs to find someone to blame. And she's also the prime example as to why not everyone needs to own a business. And maybe she should see it probably like Family Dollar's hiring or something like that, because there's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5. Okay. So I think she needs to give it up. Like, not everyone needs to own a business. Not everybody can be Bethany. Not everybody can. Who else has a successful business? Candy? No one. Like, it's fine. Get a 9 to 5. All right.
Fuck. He's like, get a 9 to 5. All right, let's bring up Regina next. Hold on. Regina, what's going on?
Hi, Kempire. I watched the episode. It was pretty good. I mean, it was okay, I guess. Man, it's a mess, but I love Mary. Mary is hilarious to me. I think she's so funny, but I really called just to tell you, give you a little love and tell you do such a wonderful job. You certainly cheer me up a lot, and you're looking great, very svelte with all of your workouts and everything. So I just wanted to give you a little love because I know you do so much and you do it all for us. So I appreciate it.
Thank you, Regina. I appreciate that. I hope you have a happy holiday.
You do the same. Have a happy holiday.
Take care. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Look, you guys are so sweet. All right. Wait, did I thank everybody for the things that I got? Okay, I still had some other things. I will go live separately to thank you guys. I had a couple of other things that you guys sent, and I need to double check to see what happened with Angel's thing. All right, Alessia, what's going on?
Hi, Kempire. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Look, everyone said this episode has been meh. I have to be honest, like the whole season. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't good, but it wasn't that iconic. I remember Andy said, "Oh, the next 2 episodes with the stuff below on the deck is gonna be like powerful, awesome." It wasn't that iconic. I have a feeling that despite me, I love the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, but they want to make it that franchise, like that iconic. That I feel they're a little bit overrated, probably because of the majority of the cast is white, and they want to make it like a sort of like Beverly Hills, like what Orange County failed to do. They want to do it with the Salt Lake City. When, to be honest, the most powerful housewife franchise at the moment is Potomac. I mean, let's talk about Staten. I mean, like all that mess is like crazy mess. I mean, like I feel like now Potomac has the potential to be the next Atlanta, but they don't want another black franchise to be that popular. You know what I mean? So that's why they're trying to push it on Salt Lake City. And to be completely honest, like most of them, they don't have that powerful storyline. I mean, like, what's Angie's storyline? What's Whitney's storyline? What's Heather's storyline? I mean, like, we are bored. We are bored about this Meredith and Lisa crap. I mean, like, we don't care. We really don't care. That's it. Bye, Kempire.
Thank you so much, Alessia. Take care. I mean, I kind of see where Alessia is going. Potomac is about to have probably a good next 2 seasons with the return of Karen, everything that's going on with Wendy. It might be interesting. I mean, I feel like they're having a decent season. If I had to grade, and you guys would let me know how you would grade, like a letter grade, I would say that Potomac is having a B plus season. I'm not saying it's an A. I will say Salt Lake City, for the most part, I did expect a little bit more from the Below Decked crossover that they did. I didn't feel like that was that entertaining. But I feel like Salt Lake City has been good overall this season. It's not as great as last season. I will say that. But it's been decent. All right. Let me say, Daphne, thank you so much for being a member for 7 months. I agree you are the best. You work so hard, and I appreciate it. Thank you, Daphne. I appreciate that. And thank you for being a member. Don't forget, guys, you can become a member at TheKempire.com/join. Let me bring up Ariana next. Ariana, what did you want to share?
Hey, how are you?
Well, how are you?
I'm good because it's Sag season. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. Don't make that face. I'm about to tell you I was going to give you something.
Oh, what?
Oh, my gosh. I'm going to send you some sacred bottles. I have, like, the sacred drops I just finished. And then I think I have, like, one of the shampoo bottles that I'm almost done with, too.
Oh, so she's sending me empty bottles, y'all.
You said you wanted to display them. You said that you wanted to display them. No, actually, the drops bottle I really enjoy.
I know, everyone says that.
But I have more, so I'm trying to grow my edges back.
Me too, but you can see.
Yeah.
That's
Well, okay. But yeah, I enjoyed the episode. I'd probably give it like a 7. I did expect more from this tea party, like the previews and all that. It was cool. Mary, though, I feel like Mary's really saving the season, and the MLMs of Utah really do scare me, and I don't even know why they would want to put that on TV. So that's interesting. But yeah, that's all.
Thanks, Ariana. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. I did expect a little bit more from the Boston Tea Party as well, and I think they were trying to recreate the drama of last year's season finale. But again, it just felt like you guys are producing. And that's why sometimes you got to shake up a cast when too many people have been on there for too long. All right, let's bring Brandy from California. Brandy from California, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire, how are you?
I'm well, how are you?
Good. First, I just want to say the face that you always make when you play the small violin cracks me up. You always got to make this face. But regarding the infamous flight with Meredith, I read that they chartered a flight. They chartered a plane there and back
Delta?
from Barbados. No, a private jet.
No.
So that's why maybe we didn't hear anything from other passengers and the flight crew or whatnot, because they supposedly chartered a private jet with just them flying there. So,
But they said they were in first class.
well, maybe the whole plane was first class. I don't know.
I don't think so. I think it was in the Delta flight that they were talking about. Because even when it was talked about on Watch What Happens Live with Heather, it was not a chartered flight. Maybe one of the flights that they were on, because remember they had to do multiple flights, but I think it was Delta.
I just Googled, like, how did they get there? And it said that all the ladies chartered a private plane, and then Bronwyn was the only one that got on a 6-passenger jet to go from Barbados to Canawan.
Yeah.
But the rest of the ladies just flew into Barbados. So I don't know.
Well, okay. Thanks.
Look, I was trying to give them looks. Well, I'm trying to figure out why we don't have no footage. And nobody's saying nothing. So
yeah. Because then that would be even worse if they chartered a private flight and then we have nothing. No.
Yeah, I'm like, but the people rich people, the flight crew is probably used to seeing all type of crazy stuff, like freak offs and stuff.
No, you know what? Brandy, goodbye. She said freak offs. Brandy said freak offs. No, they are not used to seeing freak offs in the air. Okay. Rita, thank you so much. Rita says, no, it was a commercial plane. First class was mostly the cast and producers. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, Kookie will be our last caller. Kookie, what did you want to share about the latest episode of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City?
I really enjoyed this episode because I like seeing them clown. I feel like there's not enough representation of them clowning enough on the television, and I live for Meredith's antics, but I'm not happy about like the rumor of her like really going off in the plane. I'm like, girl, keep it together. Just make me giggle, but don't take it too far because I feel like she had Whitney shook when she brought out those drug tests. I feel like Whitney felt a little nervous. Like, I hope I really don't have to take this test. So I just think they should not throw, rocks in glass houses. But overall, I say like it's like a 6.5. They could have gave me a little bit more with the tea party.
Yeah.
I also thought Heather's tea was really funny. I'm like, it was goofy. I'm like, Robin, it was not that deep, but don't
That's
play
her
with people's
husband,
husbands.
though.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, don't play with people's husbands. I get it, but I thought it was
And
kinda
cheating. It wasn't just like he was just passing gas. He was cheating and passing gas.
Oh, so this was like during their marriage.
Yes.
I thought that maybe that was something he had done with like an ex-partner.
he got a problem every time he gets
yeah.
his pass gas.
That's what I thought the joke was. I didn't know it was a mistress. No, okay. Rowan, yeah. She deserved that moment.
Y'all are the best. Cookie, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Bye. Cookie, that was very innocent. She thought he just had a problem and that, it was something that happened in the past. No, it was during the marriage. Ariana says, y'all, where do I find my YouTube Wrapped? I think it just opens up, and like when you open the app, at least on the phone, it gives you the option. So maybe it hasn't been rolled out for everyone, but I've noticed that a lot of people, like Dom says, I just checked mine and you were my number 2. I'm at my number 1, 2. Thank you so much, Dom. Beautiful photo, Dom. Beautiful smile. I love it. So many of you have been tagging me. Shout out to everyone watching on X. Everyone's been tagging me in their YouTube wrap up. And I'm glad that you guys are watching. I appreciate that. I do not take that lightly at all. But I would like to be your number 1 in 2026. Not being selfish. No, look, there's room for everyone, but make me number 1 next time. Okay, just saying. Right? Not freak offs in the air. I'm sure in those flights with Diddy, probably. Ew, well, that didn't come out in court. No freak offs. But I guess that would be a serious issue if there was freak offs happening in federal, up in the air. Just saying. All right. Yeah, Deborah says it just popped up. Yeah. All right, y'all should see my my stuff. Y'all think my stuff mostly was like calming music and stuff like that. Like that was my top of the top, and of course my own content. I watch my own stuff, of course. And Vegas Girl says you are my number 1, Kemp. Thank you. Shout out to everyone. I don't care if I'm in your number 3, your number 2. Ariana says you're definitely my number 1. Thank you. It's okay if I'm not. Keith says that you, Brooke Ashley, and Jamie, that's me, are my top 3. Okay. I like that. I'll take it. But who's your number 1? No. Angel says, Kempire, you are my number 2 only because I've only been watching 10 months. Next year, you're my number 1. All right, Angel. All right. Candace says, Kempire, I just looked. You're my number 1. Of course, Candace. Candace came to my DC show. She came to my New York show. I would have been surprised if I wasn't your number 1. Essence says, Kempire, you are my number 1 watch channel in my year in review. Yes, thank you, Essence. See? Vicky says, who's watching on Twitch, you are my number 1. I love it. If you're watching Replay Crew, be sure to let me know where I fall in your YouTube wrap-up of the year. But if you're watching on Facebook, hey. If you're watching on Twitch, hey. Follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/TheKempire. And shout out to those of you that are on X. Follow me on X as well, guys. This is going to wrap up our Real Housewives of Salt Lake City recap. And yes, I did see that Chanel Ion gave us a shout out during the Humble Brad podcast. And then Cynthia showed us love. And then Crystal Kung Minkoff showed us love as well. So thank you to everyone that is watching and listening to the content. Okay. Oh, okay. Miss Bell says, you are my number 1. You're the most consistent. Tiger says you need to come to LA. I've been to LA. You just missed my show when I came to LA last year. I'll be back at LA though. Stay tuned. Queenie says, Kempire, you're my number 1, then Jessie Woo. Between you two, I'm very content. We love Jessie Woo. Jessie's good too. Pageant Mommy says, you were my number one, of course. Thanks, Pageant Mommy. Pageant Mommy has been to our show multiple times as well. Just saying. In New York. Just saying. Anyway, I gotta go, y'all. It's late. It's almost 7 p.m. Eastern here in New York. And I feel like I really have had a full day. I've been up since 6 a.m. Yes. Yeah, I had things to take care of. I had to go to the post office and there's a lot of stuff going on. But it's okay. It's okay. Thank you to everyone that supports the channel. Again, don't forget you can support by watching, by sharing, by telling a friend to tell a friend. Don't forget you can also hear our special episodes and these live recaps on the Kempire podcast. While you're there, don't forget to give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And of course, support all of our sponsors. More information on Cash App will be available in the description. Go get that today, y'all. Bergie Burger says, you're my number one too. Bergie Burger's watching on Twitch as well. Damn, not speaking of inconsistent, where did Kenya and her YouTube channel go? Kenya's on the beach somewhere. Okay. Claudine says, you are my number one bean. Jamaica is a plus. Yes. Okay. Ariana says, loved your earlier vids. Oh, earlier today? Yeah. You had two. I had my collaboration with Taria Faizan. That was a live that we did on IG, but I know not everyone follows me on IG. But we talked about a lot of different hot topics from the Bravo world, the exclusive details that she gave us inside the courtroom yesterday when it comes to Wendy Asefo and her trial. And then I gave you an update on the Funky Dineva and Tamar back and forth. Yeah. I love it, guys. Keep letting me know where I fall in your YouTube wrap up for the year. Okay. Coco Vibration says, Kempire, you're my number one. Tyree says, not only are you my number one, but family and friends know about my Kemp time. I love it. I love it. Maureen says, Kempire, you're my number one. And said that hold on. Maureen says, Kempire, you're my number one. It said I watched 409 of your videos this year. That shows dedication. That's a quote. And was in the top 0.2% of viewers. What? Maureen. Thank you. I love that. Janice, thank you so much for the super chat. Janice, it's just a super chat. Not just a super chat. It's a $10 super chat. Thank you, Janice. Appreciate that. All right, I'm going to get out of here, y'all. I appreciate all of the support. I know not everyone can send super chats. Not everyone can like a video. Oh, wait, you can. Like the video. Share the video. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And thank you again to the center. And thank you to everyone that donated to the center. They sent us an amazing thank you letter. Remember, they did that last year as well. They sent an amazing thank you letter thanking us for our generous donation of $6,000 for the Pride Month fundraiser that we did. I think we all agree that for next year, we're going to try and do 10,000. Why not? Why not? We can do whatever we put our minds to. Right? Right. All right. And we do it again next year. Thank you. Thank you so much, our show. All right, I'm getting out of here, y'all. I've been talking way too much. My voice is gone. But I think I have another video I need to do. Goodbye. Bye, y'all.
Thanks for tuning in to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network. Don't forget to give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And for more information on the podcast, head on over to KempireRadio.com.